fried chicken. It's Charlie again for another video of Charlie Chats. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about dealing with judgment and how I personally deal with judgment and give you some of my top tips. So these tips you can hopefully you can apply to everyday life, not just those people who have got chronic health conditions or invisible illnesses. Okay, so I'll start with something that I always try and remember, and that is when someone judges you, they don't define you, they define themselves. That is something that I always try and remember, because personally I used to really struggle with judgment from other people, and it's been a massive struggle for me throughout my whole life, not just since my health took a turn for the worse. Human nature to judge people, so you know, it's something that we're not going to be able to ever get rid of. So I think that's probably why it's important to learn to that's why it's important to know how to cope with judgment, because I don't think we'll ever get rid of it completely, to be honest. Someone else's opinion of you is their problem, it's not your problem. Also, keyword, it is an opinion, it's not a fact. And what I say about that is, be kind and keep your opinions to yourself. Do not let somebody else's judgment of you dim your light. Never doubt your worth. You know your truth. You know how you're feeling. No one else can say they know exactly how you are. People need to remember that you only show them what you want to show them. Massive example of this is Instagram. So if you clicked on my Instagram feed, my personal one, all the pictures I look happy, I'm with my friends, I'm on a holiday or whatever, and that's because all it is a highlight reel of my life. I don't choose to show a picture where I've had a day that I've been throwing up, or I've got no makeup on and I've spent the day in bed. We don't do that. We just want to show people our best bits, and that's what we need to remember. If people are judging you on something they've seen online, or if they've seen you on a good day, then that's really unfair, because we don't show everything. People are going to judge whatever. Like I said before, it's human nature. Don't live your life to impress other people. Live your life to impress yourself. Don't let other people get in your head. I know that this is really difficult. This is a battle that I still struggle with daily. People could say 10 positive things to me and 1 negative thing, and that negative thing will stick in my mind for a long time. Probably forever, to be honest. Yeah, the 10 nice things that someone might have said about me, probably forgotten as soon as I've heard the negative one, to be honest. Remember that labels are just that. They are labels. Just because something's got a label on it, though, doesn't mean that it's real. So I could get a nice cubic zirconia ring, stick a diamond label on it. Doesn't make it a diamond, does it? Something that helps me personally when I'm struggling and having a bad health day is trying to focus on the things that I can do. So there are loads of things that I can't do, but there's also loads of things that I can do. So I might not be able to go for a 5-mile run anymore, but I can, on a good day, walk my dogs around the block. Some things that have been said to me personally: you don't look sick. It drives me crazy when people say this. Sorry, what does sick look like? Someone please tell me so that I can fit in and be believed. Again, it's about judgment. Some people think that if somebody is disabled, a lot of people automatically think that means you're in a wheelchair. Yeah, some people might be in a wheelchair. Some people might not be in a wheelchair. Some people, like myself, might be needing to use a wheelchair on bad days or when you've had surgery and things. And at the end of the day, it's nobody's business but your own. Yeah, well, you're too young to be ill. oh, sorry, let me just go and get my ID. Let me go and get my passport and just tell it to all of my chronic invisible illnesses. Oh, sorry, you can't touch me because I'm too young. How easy would life be then if we could just go, nah, I'm too young at the minute. Come back when I'm like in my 50s and I've had my kids and whatnot. Fortunately, it doesn't work like that. Chronic illnesses they don't discriminate. They don't care how old you are. They don't care if you don't look sick. They don't care if you've got plans for your life that now are going to get thrown out the window. That's the brutal truth of it, really. I think you're just lazy. You're depressed. Maybe if you lost some weight and did some exercise. Make sure you're not just like a drug abuser or something. I go crazy. Like, these kind of things frustrate me, and I'm sure most people who have got chronic illnesses so much. No, I'm not lazy. I'm fighting a battle with my body every single day just to stay alive. Yeah, I might be depressed, but my depression hasn't caused me to be chronically sick. If anything, my chronic illness has caused me to feel depressed and anxious. Oh yes, that's the solution to everything, isn't it? Weight. Lose a stone, you'll be miles better. Yes, I agree. It's really important to try and be as healthy as you can and to eat the right foods and to try and get a bit of exercise. But on bad days, it's difficult. I try my best to do a bit of exercise each day, even if that's just taking the dogs around the block. If that's all I can manage, then at least I've done something. No, I am not a drug seeker. For some people, medication massively helps them, and I've got some medications which are literally like my lifelines. If I don't take them, then that's it. Like, probably spend the rest of that day in bed. Different medications work for different people. Personally, for me, the judgment of using a lift. So for me, if I have to get up a flight of steps, on a good day, I might be able to do that fine. Like, as long as I take it steady, then I might be okay. On a bad day, I might really struggle to walk up a flight of stairs. So if there is a lift there, then I'll use it. The lift is there for a purpose, to help people. And if people want to judge me because I've gone up one flight of stairs in a lift, then that's their problem. They don't know my story. They don't know what's going on with my body. I've even heard people sometimes be like, you're only going up one floor. As if mumbling under their breath that I'm only going up one floor. And then I felt like I've had to limp out of the lift or something. But I don't have to do that because, like I say, it's their problem. I don't owe an explanation to anyone as to why I want to use a lift. What a lot of people don't understand is we're amazing actors. We're not pretending to be sick. Most of the time, we're pretending to be all right. It's like when people go, oh, how are you today? And I just kind of go, yeah, I'm fine. How are you? Really? Inside, I'm actually like, well, I feel really sick and I've got a really bad headache and my joints are popping out and I'm really tired and I've got a really bad infection and I actually feel like I'm going to fall apart, but I'm okay. Don't exaggerate my symptoms. If anything, I underplay them because I don't want sympathy. I don't want people being like, oh, I feel really sorry for you. I don't want that. All I want is for people to be a bit more understanding, I guess. Other people's attitudes are one of the hardest challenges that disabled people can face. Other people's attitudes can be one of the most challenging things for disabled people to face. It's hard when you don't think that people understand you and you think that people don't believe you. It's really easy to sort of back off and hide away from the world in your bedroom. I mean, I don't do that. Sometimes it feels like it's easier to just not make plans and not see people because people don't want to hear that I'm not better. People don't want to hear that things are actually getting worse. So I kind of isolate myself, I guess. And that's really not a healthy thing to do. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing that at all. But yeah, remember that doctors don't know all the answers. People kind of assume that if a doctor doesn't know what's wrong with you or doesn't know how to treat you, then surely you're not that sick. This is wrong. Unfortunately, for people with rare conditions, etc., like ehlers-danlos syndrome, POTS, doctors don't always come across this, and they might not know how to deal with it. They might not know what signs and symptoms to look for. That's why it's so important for us to try and spread some awareness. Obviously, having chronic illnesses can impact your work life. Some people can't go to work. Some people have to take a lot of time off sick. Some people manage to work. Everybody's different, just like their illnesses are different. If somebody can't work due to health reasons, they probably feel awful enough about it already. So there's no need to start making comments, and like, you might just be making a conversation and saying something like, so when are you going back to work, Charlie? Unfortunately, it's not that easy. For people like myself, I can wake up one day and I can be like, oh yeah, I'm having an okay day, I feel all right, I could really go to work on this day. But then in half an hour, an hour's time, I might be feeling really poorly and I might have to go back to bed. Another day, I might be... Sometimes people's conditions are too unstable and that makes it impossible for them to go to work. Workplaces need stability to keep them going, so I guess it's kind of difficult for some people to find a job. And don't make people feel bad if they have to stay at home or if they can't go to work. Believe me when I say that being stuck at home is not better than working. I've had people say to me in the past, like, oh, I wish I could swap places with you. And I thought like, oh, that's really kind, but no, you shouldn't say things like that. And yeah, I could just sit on the PlayStation or the Xbox all day. That's not how it works. When you're too poorly to hardly function or get out of bed, the last thing you want to be doing is staring at a PlayStation or an Xbox screen. So please just be careful what you say. We want to go to work. We want to have a purpose. We want to be able to go out and buy nice new things with money that we have earned. We want to be able to offer things back to the people that have supported us, and be that financially or emotionally. Sometimes I'm like scared to ask for help, really. Yeah, I am really stubborn. But sometimes I'd rather struggle myself and take me a long time to do something than ask people for help. Now, this isn't always the case because I've got some people who are always there for me and I know that I can rely on them no matter what. But I guess I'm scared of rejection. I'm scared of being let down. There's been like times in the past where I've really opened up and said, look, I really could do with some help, and people have said, just let me know, you know, I'll be there for you and I'll be round and I'll help you do this and we'll get this done. And then when it's come to it, it's kind of like just been words, and I find that hard to deal with. It's just because we might be stuck in a lot of the time. It doesn't mean that we like being alone. It gets so lonely. Like, if I didn't have my animals, I do not know what I would do. I go stir crazy as it is. So if you've got like a spare 5-10 minutes to pop round for a cup of tea, then we'd more than likely love that. Or if you don't have free time to be there in person but you fancy a phone conversation or a FaceTime or Skype, whatever you, then I'm sure that most of us really appreciate that. So please be mindful that little tiny things like that, like just a phone call, can mean a hell of a lot. Judgment isn't always from strangers. Quite often judgment is from family. I can't get my words out. Quite often judgment can actually be from family and friends. I guess I know that people don't always mean when they say certain things, like when people ask things such as, have they sorted you out yet? Fortunately, no, because there's not a cure for this condition and they haven't sorted me out yet. Fortunately, this is me. The amount of times that I've been left a note on my car when I've used my blue badge is ridiculous. Anytime I pull into like a disabled parking spot, can feel people's eyes on me like, and it's so annoying. Like, yes, I have got a blue badge, and sometimes people will sit there and stand and wait for you to get your badge out, put it on your dashboard, and then they still go, as if like they don't believe that it's yours. I've had like 2 notes left on my car before. One, I was gone shopping at a supermarket and I parked in the disabled bay. This day, perhaps I didn't have my stick with me or something, maybe it was a good day. And I came out and I had a letter stuck on my car saying, you might need this spot one day. Well, stranger, I actually needed that spot that day. I find it difficult to walk long distances, and especially if I've got shopping with me. So another well, it's not funny because it really upset me, but another story. So where I go to the gym to do my physio, there's not a car park there. There's one which is probably like a 5-minute walk away. For myself, if I'm going to the gym and doing my physio, I have to go up a flight of stairs. So I have to be having an okay day to even get to the gym to do physio. After a workout, I am literally so exhausted, even if I've like only done 10 minutes or whatever. I'm exhausted. So going up and down the stairs for me is a workout in itself. So then having to walk to and from a car park, which will take like a healthy person 5 minutes to walk and will take me probably about 15. That's the difference between me being able to go to the gym or not. So I've got a blue badge for reasons like this, and I parked outside the gym on a single yellow, and I on my car and it said that I was lazy and I should go to the gym more, even though I had, it even like stated, you might be disabled, but maybe if you went to the gym more, you wouldn't be. That's it. How have I not known all this time that the gym is the miracle cure we all need? Also, I find it really ironic that he's telling me to go to the gym more, yet I'm at the gym at the time he's left this note. Very strange. It also had some quite horrible swear words in that letter. I won't repeat them. And another time at the gym as well, I've come out from the gym and there's been a traffic warden just stood at my car like waiting for me. So I've come out, gone over to him, and he's gone, can I see that badge please? My badge was displayed. So I opened the door, got my badge out, handed it to him. Oh, you didn't expect it to be me, did you? Well, you are young and you've just been to the gym. Well, yes, I've just been to the gym to do some physio so that hopefully in the future I might be strong enough to not have to park on the single yellow and use my disabled badge. Ironically, I said to him, like, do you realise how judgmental that is? Well, you don't look ill, do you? So, oh, sorry, please do tell me, what does a sick person look like? And I also was like, by the way, I've got my walking stick here as well. Do you want to see that just to prove that, you know, I've got something wrong with me? Would that make things be better? It's just so frustrating because you're having to fight with your body and then you're having to fight with other people who are just judging you, and it is probably one of the hardest battles. I used to get really upset by it and I used to let it really affect me, and I'd be like, right, that's it, I don't want to leave the house, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to park in a disabled spot, I'd rather struggle and, you know, probably injure myself. But now, as you can probably tell, humour helps me through it. If I didn't laugh about things, then I would 100% cry. My boyfriend as well, he always helps me like by dealing with my boyfriend as well. He helps me deal with judgment by humour as well. Like we went into the pub once and I was in my chair and wheeled me in, and I stood up to get out of my chair to sit in the like nice comfy pub chair, and I kind of like felt people's eyes looking at me, and like people turned around and stared at me, and they were like, because I'd stood up out of this chair. So Tom, my boyfriend, just shouts, "It's a miracle!" And it's not the first time he's done that. He's done that quite a few times, but it does make me laugh. So I think that's about wrapped up coping and dealing with judgment. If you liked it, please give me a like. If you didn't like it, then tell me why below. That's what the comment box is for. If you've got any stories about times when you dealt with judgment or things that help you deal with it, then please pop them in the comment box below. I would love to see some of your ideas. If you don't already, then please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell. What that does is it lets you know when I post a new video so you won't miss anything. Thanks for watching. If you watch it all this way, then gold star, you're really helping me. Anyway, thanks for watching, chickens. Lots of love.